Kiri here with a scrapbooking process video for Citrus Twist Kits. So today I am using the December add-on kit and I'm going to be working in my December daily album. So I created this before December, so this is more like a foundation page, but I could easily add photos to this, or I'll tell you my idea here in a minute. But what I started with was one of these cut file screens, and these are exclusive to Citrus Twist Kits. They are really sized for the Life Crafted album, so they're sized more for like a 4x8. But I wanted to see if it would work if I sized it up a little bit to include in my 6x8 album. So I sized it a little bit larger than 6x8, so it's about the size of a page protector that you would stick in a 6x8 album. And it actually worked really well. It really didn't distort the image too much. That was my big concern, is that it would kind of stretch the image out too much. But I think that it turned out really cute, so I'm really happy that I decided to do this. So I cut that out on white cardstock, and then I backed it with one of the pattern papers included in the kit. Now I grabbed some vellum for my stash and I cut it down so it's a little bit smaller than the screen size, and I created a little pocket. So I just sewed on 3 sides of the paper, which created this cute little vellum pocket. And I thought my original idea for this was to maybe have this page be for like any cards that we get from people or something like that. But I don't know if that's what it'll end up being. I think that since I made it early enough in this process that I could really use it for anything. Like I said, I could put pictures in there or any memorabilia. But it's just a really fun page to be able to keep all of those little things you don't really know how to stick in your album for December daily, but you want to keep and hold on to. Maybe receipts or something, any sort of ephemera would be really cute in a page like this. So, but like I said, my original idea was that I would use it to keep any cards that I wanted to keep a hold of, and that's kind of where this idea came from. So I've got my little pocket adhered down, so now I'm going to add this little envelope, and I thought that this would be cute to maybe add some journaling into, or you could even stick other pieces of ephemera in here. You could really use it for anything, but my idea was to maybe include some journaling along with whatever I stuck in the vellum pocket. And then I decide that I want to create kind of my own DIY embellishment. So I'm using a cut file. This is an exclusive December cut file from Citrus Twist. And I just cut that out on some of the pattern paper included in this kit. And I'm just obsessed with how this cut file looks. I think it's super cute. It adds so much character to the page, so much dimension and texture, which I just love. I fluffed up the leaves a little bit to make it a little bit more realistic looking. And yeah, I'm just kind of obsessed with how this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll stick that on the side of the envelope here. Right now the leaves are still cutting, so I'm just waiting for those before I adhere anything down. And once I get the leaves on there, see, there's the leaves, then I'll adhere it to my page with the envelope. And I'm just super happy with how that cut file turned out. So I think that looks adorable. And so now I'm going to kind of add a little title. And like I said, my original idea was to kind of maybe do something like keep cards or something in here. So I was thinking of doing like Happy Mail or something along those lines for the title. But then I decided, since I didn't want to nail myself into that box of this is what this page is going to be used for, I decided to just use one of these pre-made titles and chose Love, because I think that it's kind of generic enough that I could use it for cards, but I could also end up using this page for something completely different. So keeping my options open here. I'm just adding some foam to the back of this flower. And then I'll add my title here. Once I get my title on, I'm going to use some of the other gold elements, nab those around my page. I decided to grab some leaves and kind of tuck those in around the flower, just to give a little bit more of that gold touch around the page. And then the next thing, oh, and I'm going to grab some of these. These are like little, like holly berries. And I just tuck those underneath the center of the flower. Again, just to bring in a little bit more of that gold there. And kind of fluff up my leaves and my flower a bit. And then I'm going to go through the rest of the embellishments. This is kind of how my process goes most of the time, is kind of start like with one embellishment, see if there's anything from there that I like, and then I go on to the next one. So moving on to the Heidi Swap sticker page, I pull in a tiny word sticker, and I couldn't tell you what it says because I can't really see that far. And I'm going to grab some of these stamps because, like I said, my original idea was to make this kind of a Happy Mail page. So I thought the stamps were fitting. I think they'll look fine if I decide to use this page for something else. I think they're a cute touch. But that was my original thought when I was making this page. So I stick those kind of tucked behind the envelope and the flower. And then I'm going to grab this little label just to bring in a little more of that burgundy there. And I'm going to stick the tiny word sticker on top of that, just to layer up a bit. And I think that ends up looking cute right there once I get it in the perfect spot. And then I'm going to grab some of the enamel dots, again bringing in some more of the burgundy. And I'm just going to place 3 down there. Now, like I said, my original idea was to add, like, my journaling would be inside of this little envelope. So I thought it'd be cute to use some of these little tags from the die cut pack. And then you could just, journal on the back of them. I think it'd be really cute. So that was my original thought process here. But once I had the tags in the envelope, they were really small. Like, they kind of didn't really stand out much. I mean, you can see right there that they just aren't even noticeable at all. So I'm going to change my mind there. But first I'm going to add this little gold ticket, kind of in that cluster with the stamps. And then I'm going to look through the papers, because there is a cut apart sheet here and it's got some tags on it that are much larger than the tags that are included in the kit. So I decided to cut out 2 of the tags on this cut apart sheet, and they just worked a lot better with the size of the envelope, and they're just a little bit more substantial. The journaling would have to be, because the back is patterned paper, so you'd have to either add some white cardstock behind to add your journaling on, but a lot of times my journaling is typed, so I would just type it out, cut it out of the white paper that I printed my journaling on, and just glue it right on the back of one of these tags, and I think that it would look really cute. So any way would work for that. So I'm just going to cut out 2 of these. There's one that's a little bit bigger than the other one, which again, I like the variance of size, and I think it makes it look a little bit more interesting to the page as well. And I cut it out with scissors, and I cut it out in pretty much a straight line, but I don't trust my cutting, so I always use my guillotine trimmer to just make sure that the cuts are completely straight. And that's it. That's my page. Once I get going with my December daily, I'll be able to add some more stuff in there. But I really like how this turned out. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.